that's what gets tough about free agency is Monday is like heroin, just injected straight into your bloodstream. You are on a high, and you're like, I don't want this to ever end. Tuesday, they take it away from you, and they're like, you want to get your fix today? All you get is caffeine. And it's like, damn, after that heroin I had on Monday, I'm just supposed to get by with caffeine on Tuesday. Wednesday comes around, and they're like, here's some decaf coffee.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thursday, they're like, you are fasting. You get nothing today.
Wow, nothing. Okay.
And now we're on Friday, and we're just starving. And they are dangling Aaron Rodgers, Cooper Kupp, and Russell Wilson, and none of us really want that. We don't even want the leftover free agents. And I don't know. That was a weird analogy.
Food's been sitting too long,
and I was not going to stop. I just wasn't going to stop.
You know what? I appreciate the commitment to
it. I got it. Let's go back to that moment.
We're back. Hey, yeah. So that's another story too. A whole bunch of backup QBs are getting snatched up, which means Minnesota. Are you ready? Are you ready for Aaron Rodgers? Again, I still don't think it's going to happen, but I still think likely it would be Pittsburgh if anybody. But yeah, the backup QBs are going quickly. Gardner Minshew betraying Brandon Perna.
That
ultimate heel turn. You thought John Cena was bad?
That absolute son of a bitch.
Oh yeah, Virginian. That's a great question. So that's an interesting one because apparently Kirk Cousins met with Arthur Blank. Was it Wednesday or something, or was it last week? And they are keeping him as of right now.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. Because everybody and their mother assumed that they were going to be moving on from Kirk Cousins, and I think that was almost like explicitly said at some point. But yeah, apparently as of right this second, he is remaining with the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah, somebody's got to be interested in trading for him. So either you release him and you pay him a bunch of money to not play at all for you, or you just say, all right, we'll eat it. We'll pay him $40 million. He can be our backup quarterback, which it sucks, but it's not the worst thing to have. Having Kirk Cousins as your security blanket if Michael Penix gets hurt, that's fine. And let's just assume he was a little bit injured last year. Let's say the shoulder thing or elbow thing was real.
Sure.
That caused his arm to be less than effective, to put it mildly.
Like that.
It's a 1 year bad hit, right? Look at the Browns. They're a 1 year bad hit for the next 5 years with Deshaun Watson. So
it's a lot of hits.
I know it kind of sucks, but hey, I'll take Kirk Cousins behind Penix any day. I mean, for 1 day, I'll take it for 1 day.
I feel like because what's Cousins' contract right now? Let's see.
He's gonna get $40 million this year, and then they can move on from him, something like that. And now they paid him the 10. They can still deal him at this point, and maybe a team like, let's say the Giants don't get Russell Wilson or Aaron Rodgers, maybe the Giants are like, we'll take a veteran like that, or maybe the Steelers don't get Russ or Rodgers, and they're like, shit, we need Kirk Cousins. We'll give you a draft pick, and we'll take on some of his salary.
So after this year, there's no more guaranteed salary. So his cap number is 40 mil. But after this year, it's 0 and 0 for guaranteed after this. So they can move on after a year. That's a great point. Like maybe there is some kind of late contender that's like, hey, let's go and get Kirk Cousins. Like, let's just say maybe the Steelers miss out on somebody, or the Giants go, hey, we're drafting a quarterback, but we want to bring somebody in. You know, it's a lot of money to pay for Kirk Cousins. I don't know if anyone's going to take on that contract, but
no, it'd be like you'd have to go halvesies, little splitsies.
Yeah. Splitsies, little twoies. No one. I don't want the Packers to draft anyone. You hear that, Brad Holmes? Stop stealing all my players. You know what? I want to go get quarterbacks. Just draft all the quarterbacks. Trade up for Cam Ward. That's what I want the Lions to do. That's what I want to do. Fine. Stop stealing my folks. I
think you can take 3 to 4 years, dude. I'll be like, I'm not playing this year because I'm still deciding between the Steelers and Giants.
Fair.
And I'll be live streaming my decision for the next year on YouTube.
All right. Can I ask you a serious question?
No. Yes. Maybe.
Fair. Do you think that this current round of Aaron Rodgers watch is more artificially created by the media than it is Aaron Rodgers this time?
Ooh.
Because the reason I say that is because in the past, it's all Aaron Rodgers, right? It's just like, here's the quote, you can't get in contact with the team, they got to FaceTime you, all this stuff, right? But I feel like Aaron Rodgers himself, it hasn't really said anything, at least to the general public. And the only thing we've seen is him standing on a beach. Now, I'm not saying like, him taking his time is, not a pain in the ass, but it just feels like, I don't know, that this is more of a narrative that I'm seeing artificial. There's just no quotes from him.
I think that's probably pretty fair to Rodgers. I think he's in Australia right now, right? That's where he's at. I think it's more about him deciding if he wants to play another season. Like, you have to decide you want to be there, and then you have to decide which new team you're going to go to. And let's be honest, that's a whole thing. Like, and they're very different situations. The Steelers, the Giants, and maybe the Vikings. Like, if that's Lord Taco, you know how many Aaron Rodgers ayahuasca trips I could buy with that?
I don't know. What's the going rate for ayahuasca? I don't know.
I think it's a lot more. I think it's
I think it's a lot more. And plus, you can go to Peru. It's a whole experience.
Yeah. I think he's in Australia. I think he's actually on like a path to get stung by a box jellyfish, to have one of the most venomous snakes down there bite him, and to have one of the spend the night with a huntsman spider. And once he completes that trifecta of immunization to venom, then he'll be ready to make his NFL decision.
I mean, I'm sorry, if my quarterback was immune to venom, that'd be, you never know, right? Like, if you're out in Arizona, you don't know, maybe like a rattlesnake, sneaks in there and and bites it, you're gonna be fine. So
hell yeah, I respect
an advantage. I'm just saying. I gotta be honest, like, it's exactly what you said. Unless he goes to the Vikings, which I think just makes, that would be the most, this is going to be a really interesting year, like, for football, right? Like, within the NFC North.
Yeah.
He goes to the Giants. I don't want to say I don't care, but I kind of don't care, because I don't think that that's going to move the needle. The Steelers, I think that they're potentially a playoff team, potentially.
Well,
but I don't think
they're perennially who they are, right?
Exactly. So, like, I don't think they're going to the Super. Like, the team that I was like, okay, maybe they could take the next step would be the Minnesota Vikings. So I'm not even that invested in it, but the one I'm invested in more is just the Cincinnati Bengals. I feel like that's the story for me that I'm the most intrigued with, because they got 3 guys that they just got to figure out what the hell they're doing with. So that is like what those contracts are going to look like. If Hendrickson is going to get moved, Jair Alexander for me is out there too, of just like, okay, like, what's that trade comp going to look like if they wind up trading him, what it looks like. So